What's going on right now? Check this out. This is only minutes ago. Okay, minutes. Sending prayers, many prayers all the way to LA for sure, guys. This is a tragedy that. Look at this. It's unfortunate that not only do they have the biggest fire ever in history, but the water pressure. They have water issues, water problems. And how else you gonna put out a fire and you have water problems? You can't even put out your own house because you don't have enough water. Because they're using the pressure, other firefighters are using their pressure other places.
I was just looking at these stubs
Wow.
here that represent 2 orange trees. Those orange trees had been here for the full 80 years. And it's just one of those things where they always were the best tasting oranges in the world. They were pretty prolific producing trees. It's one of those things that, it's tough to realize it's all in the past. But sifting through what is now the rubble, there's
Only hours ago, they had the. He was saying
and all this is cumulative. I mean, this is a corner lot, which means it's a landmark for people. And so what it feels like coming back is like you're a stranger in your own neighborhood, I've been told. This is
so unfortunate, guys.
According to the FAA, a super scooper was grounded after it was struck by a drone, damaging the wing. The FBI is now assisting using what they're calling aerial armor to prevent other drones from taking off. But now there is a new threat. According to the FAA, a super scooper was grounded after it was struck by a...
Ridiculous.
This stunning view takes you beyond.
This is only one day, guys. Look at
absolute devastation from
one of the richest places in California. Okay, you gotta understand this area. The cheapest house is probably like $3-4 million.
But the smoke rising
at least.
from burned-out buildings. The ferocious winds that ignited 5 major fires were lighter on Thursday.
Very expensive houses.
Santa Ana winds are possible from Thursday night into early next week, so the fire danger is not over. More than 2,000 structures have been destroyed, but that number is expected to increase. At least 5 people have died.
More than that now.
Getting our first visuals of what the Palisades fire did to the Big Rock in eastern Malibu area, and it is
right by the edge of the Pacific.
In better days, you would drive up
millions.
the Pacific Coast Highway unable to see the Pacific Ocean for all of the multi-million-dollar mansions. If I had to guess, I'd say 75% of them are gone between Carbon Canyon and Topanga. This is
crazy.
Oh, the fires are still burning, but just moments ago we had the smoke clear, and what we're seeing is just heart-wrenching.
Oh,
I've never seen anything like this.
Look at that.
I've covered the earthquakes, I've covered every fire here in Los Angeles for the last 40 years, and had never seen this type of devastation. Now, this is off of Sunset and Temescal Canyon and Pacific Palisades.
Community is gone.
I mean, war zone.
Houses gone.
It looks like it was bombed.
Like you said, yeah, war zone.
In this area is lost.
As I'm coming down the middle of the night, no lights. I didn't know where it was on PCH because all of the landmarks are gone. You don't know what street you've crossed. You don't know which house you've passed. It's just done. It's all done. You don't see. You feel a little guilty if your house is still standing, kind of, but you're also happy. And it's not the house; it's the stuff in your house. And it's the house. But I don't know. I mean, are these houses going to stay?
You never know what's going to happen.
People go to school.
Yeah, where they?
I mean, we spend our lives in the Palisades.
Yeah. Look at that.
It's the Pacific Palisades right now could just be taken off the map.
Yes.
There is no Pacific Palisades.
He's right.
Oh, the fire
taking it completely off the map.
But want to avoid all those fees? Try North One. There's no monthly fee.
Here's the latest update on the California wildfires as of Friday, 6 a.m. Eastern Time. At least 10 people have died, and officials warned that the true death toll may not be known until it is safe for investigators to enter affected neighborhoods.
This is unfortunate, guys.
10,000 buildings have been destroyed by the Palisades fire.
It's definitely more than that.
The most destructive in the history of Los Angeles County.
The biggest.
Fires have forced tens of thousands of people to evacuate since they started. According to
it's the hard-headed people that didn't listen that made everything worse.
at least 19,978 acres burned and 6% containment. Eaton Fire, at least 13,690 acres burned and 0% containment.
0%.
Fire, at least 771 acres burned and 37% containment. Kenneth Fire, at least 1,000 acres burned and 35% containment. Lydia Fire, at least 394 acres burned and 75% containment. Local authorities have also issued warnings about looters and scammers preying on vulnerable victims in the area.
Yeah, listen to that. There's people out there actually setting fires. There's people out there setting fires in neighborhoods. They've already caught one of them. But that's crazy to, like, we have it in 4K, guys. 4K.
Confirming that several arrests have been made. School is canceled again on Friday because of polluted air.
Of course.
Although wind speeds decreased on Thursday, allowing for air support to help firefighting efforts, officials reported that the winds picked back up again overnight. Red flag conditions indicating high fire risk were expected to continue until Friday afternoon.
Crazy.
This is an ongoing situation, and Brute will be covering the story as it develops. Follow along for more updates.
Welcome to Good Day LA at 7 o'clock.
So here's only hours ago what they look like right now.
Our multiple,
Man.
these multiple fires are burning all across Southern California. We're continuing our coverage.
This is a live look right now from Skyfox showing the true extent.
Guys, we got to send our prayers because this is an
Palisades.
unfortunate event for sure.
After home,
Unbelievable.
block after block, destroyed right down to the coast even. Stu, you were showing us these images for the first time yesterday, and when we first saw them through the haze and through the smoke, I think everybody collectively, our hearts sank.
Oh,
all gone. All neighborhoods, all streets, all landmarks. So you really don't know where your house is.
We're ready for anything. We've seen it all. What can possibly shock us? And when I saw this yesterday, I was definitely shocked. We're going to show you some of that neighborhood.
It's like a freaking bombed area, bomb zone.
We can tell you that they were talking about Chautauqua Boulevard quite a bit yesterday, or when that fire started. And I think it started over here in this area. And then those high winds pushed it into this very, very populated area in the Pacific Palisades. And look at that, block after block after block, homes after home after home destroyed. Wow. And then you've got the village portion right there as well. Those flames must have ripped through this area at a rate that even the firefighters could not slow or even stop. And then it made its way over almost to the coast area. Right there is the Pacific Palisades. That's a rec center. This is a new fire that just popped up today, and it also kind of shows you how those embers can just sit for days and days and days, but then all of a sudden they'll start popping, and then there's going to be a little bit of a fire. The fire department there, they are going to work on that, but you can see that path of destruction. Some of those homes saved, but over here in this neighborhood,
it's an unfortunate event,
kind
but
of moved a little bit to the west, and it took out that neighborhood.
It's the people that was setting fire, making fires. It makes you think like, was the initial fire started by a human being, or was it
that's going to be Pacific Coast Highway, and
a nature thing?
Up to the west, down this direction right there, more areas. These were entire neighborhoods.
Send prayers, guys. Send prayers.
I believe that's going to be the mobile home park, that one that you see right there by the beach. That one, nothing standing there at all. All these folks, they are going to be without homes, and the numbers just keep climbing and climbing the structures, and they are. They're still making sure they're going through. We do see the fire department down there, and the question also is we've been talking about it.
Guys, you got to understand that
the death rate, it might climb. There might be some more people that did not make it out, and they're just somebody's waiting to find out. Hey, I haven't heard from, and they're going to make some phone calls. I'm hoping that is not the case. But this neighborhood right here, I could not imagine what it was like when this was on fire, and how quickly this must have just
moved so fast that they couldn't even. There was someone that died with the fire hose in their hand.
That we're seeing. We saw this the first time yesterday. This morning, a little less of the smog or the smoke from the Eden fire is actually what was blocking a lot of our view yesterday. Today, most of the smoke that we're seeing is actually from the Palisades fire that continues to burn up on the hillside. It's made its way into the Topanga State Park area, but it is, I would consider it is pretty light out there. And hopefully, as far as the fire goes, and hopefully they'll be able to get a handle on it.
Still going strong, still going crazy.
This afternoon, And of course, the lighter winds,
But what
that's
can
going
you
to be
do
the
when you
biggest
have
help for
low water
all.
pressure?
But again, this is something that is, the only thing that I can even compare it to.
You gotta have you gotta have good quality and pressure when you talk about California.
Structures and has
at all
affected more
places.
people just here in the Pacific Palisades area.
Between the homes and the businesses, Stu, you really wonder what percentage of the Palisades has been destroyed.
As far as the Palisades go by themselves, you can kind of get a wider shot. It is a little smoky, and I do know more about like what we're really looking at. I would say 40%. 40% is gone of the actual Palisades area, or the
40%.
Palisades where there's people living, because it actually goes up into the hillsides as well. There it gets a little bit more sporadic. There's home here that's saved and a home destroyed, but the Palisades, when you talk about the
they're right next to each other. That's why.
This is this part right here, and this is a neighborhood, and this is block after block after block, and
street
all the homes
street.
are gone.
Welcome to Good Day.
Look at that. This is the map of the fire and where it's traveled so far. It's crazy they could put a reading on it like that. Man, that's a lot of red right there, guys. That's a lot of red. Sending prayers. Sending many, many, many prayers to Palestine.
This is Pacific Palisades in California, and it's currently being destroyed by wildfires. Pacific Palisades is a wealthy, picturesque community nestled between the Santa Monica Mountains and the Pacific Ocean. Known for its stunning views, luxurious homes, and celebrity residents, it's a place...
Those are a lot of houses, guys. That's a lot of houses right there. Look at that. Just where I stopped the phone. Just those houses alone, that's a lot in a small area.
Any dream of calling home. But right now, that dream is being engulfed by flames. The area's dry vegetation, combined with hot temperatures and strong winds, has turned it into a tinderbox. Evacuation orders are in place, and firefighters are working tirelessly to protect this community. The Pacific Palisades area is particularly challenging for fire crews due to its steep canyons and limited road access, making it hard to get equipment into the most affected zones. Wildfires like these are a stark reminder of California's ongoing battle with climate change, drought, and urban expansion into fire-prone areas. It's a crisis unfolding in real time, and Pacific Palisades is at the center of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Los
Real
Angeles,
fires, guys, happening in real life.
the heart of the Golden State, where dreams
The
come
smoke,
alive.
the fire,
From the bustling streets of downtown to the
buildings
city
all
of
gone.
Malibu.
Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag's home, known from The Hills' New Beginnings, was destroyed by the Palisades fire. Renowned for their roles...
It was only 6 hours ago here.
LA Mayor Karen Bass is also facing criticism.
And she should. She was gone when it happened. I get that. But to be able to come back and not say nothing and to just try to target the focus on certain things, you need to resign. You need to resign. You should have never been mayor in the first place.
For the $17.6 million reduction in the LA Fire Department's budget for 2025. Last month, LA Fire Chief Kristen Crowley warned that the cuts affect the ability to respond to large-scale emergencies such as wildfires.
I had to make some tough decisions because of those budget cuts. And with that, we focused directly back on our core mission as a fire department and EMS provider.
Mayor Bass defended the cuts.
We were in tough budgetary times. Everybody knew that. But that the impact of our budget really did not impact what we've been going through over the last few days.
LA Mayor Karen Bass is also facing criticism over the 17...
Ridiculous.
Just watching the situation, it's spreading so fast because some of these wind gusts are 50, 60 miles an hour. There you see a homeowner.
That was only 2 days ago, guys. 2 days ago, this happened. But people don't realize that stuff like this is hurting the water pressure.
But I just heard her on the phone. She's just frantic.
And it's not helping anyway.
And, you know, people have been so, you know,
again, the Palisades and the Eden fire, those are those really big ones that we're keeping an eye on. The Palisades fire has grown.
Guys,
to
this is
about
only hours
20,000
ago,
acres.
okay? So it's only gotten worse from what you see right now. And it's not looking good.
As this fire death toll rises,
as you can see, the death toll is at 10. The guard has arrived, but
we're going to hear from President Biden
it's not
in just
looking
about
good.
An hour or so here on the government response. I do want to head back to our Fox LA team. It looks.
This is what they looked like before, guys. 1 day ago. Right? The streets, restaurants, buildings. Crazy. That's crazy. It's all gone. Guys, did y'all hear about this? Right? State Farm, one of the biggest California insurances, now they trying to step away. They trying to step away from people in California with the wildfire issue, which is ridiculous because that's the only reason they have you in the first place. And they should go under scrutiny for trying to do something ridiculous like this. The biggest fires and you trying to get out of it? Are you crazy?
My aunt is missing and we're not sure where she is. The padlock is on her gate, but there's no house. So we have to look through the rubble to see if she's there. My aunt...
Breaking news. There is a new wildfire rapidly growing on the border between Los Angeles and Ventura counties, now covering around 1,000 acres. The fire is rapidly spreading near Victory Boulevard.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 6 fires, guys. That was hours ago.
What is the advice that you have for our viewers?
Thank you. You know, first of all, my heart goes out. This is truly devastating. I think the most important
only
thing
1 day ago here, guys.
One, obtain a copy of your insurance policy. You also have to take note of your additional living.
Also, if you guys are watching this video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and sub up to the channel, all right? In case I lose connection or something. Or in case you lose connection.
Your insurer or an adjuster. And what we're telling people right now, look, the most important thing is...
1 like equals 1 prayer, guys. Send a prayer, send a like.
Stay away from the area. Don't rush into any decisions. And to call the
Honestly, yeah, we
Department
just
of
want to help
Insurance.
with the algorithm on the
We have people live
video.
on the phone that can help people address these issues. Insurance can be very complicated, especially during these very stressful...
It means a lot that
Wow, look at that.
That home is burning as we speak. All of these obviously destroyed. Some still standing like this one, but the home to the left and to the right
Definitely gone.
have burned completely. Sparkle Day and I have been out here all morning.
This is so unfortunate, guys, that something like that is happening. And I've said it in the other videos. Not only is it super cold here in Texas, right? It just started snowing yesterday, and that's when the fire started, was yesterday. So that was, well, the worst fire was yesterday, and the worst day here was yesterday as well at the same time, which is kind of crazy.
We're talking about a windstorm that has put more than 10,000 homes at risk, and it has burned dozens upon dozens at this time. That home is...
Matthew Perry's former house in Pacific Palisades has miraculously survived the wildfires after neighbors helped extinguish fires on the property. The fires which ravaged the area came dangerously close, with flames igniting small fires in the yard that were promptly extinguished. Many homes in the neighborhood weren't as fortunate, succumbing to the blaze. The
Look at that
current owner
360
monitored
around,
the
guys. Look at the
situation through
difference.
neighbors' updates and security camera footage. She witnessed...
Mom, look at this.
Is that from Carol?
Yeah.
Your birth house? Oh, I'm so sad.
Oh my gosh, it looks like
That's old news 2 days ago. We'll go live. I want you guys to see what the news looks like right now, live wise, because it's going crazy. Okay, I mean the fire is still going strong, and it's still low pressure.
Look at this firefighter. He's here.
It's just all the memories here. So walking in, it was
1 hour ago,
extremely
guys.
hard. I walked around the
1
side,
hour.
tried to just get in a little bit more, and just felt I just became sick. I just couldn't even. Yeah, it's hard.
It's definitely weird. I mean, I didn't really think it would be this bad. Like, I was at school, I saw the fire in person, and it didn't look that bad, so I thought it was like a free day off. I thought it was going to be easy to contain.
No.
And then when I came home, after like an hour, it started getting worse and worse. I got scared and nervous, so I feel like it's just weird. It doesn't feel real.
It's shocking. I'm kind of at a loss for words. It's hard to even speak about it. I mean, driving through, you've seen all the videos on social media. It's hard for me to even
All
go
the
on my
things,
phone
your
because I'm just
clothes.
like,
Especially,
I
I
don't
think
want to
these
see
are
anything. It just makes me
rich
so
families.
sad. But then you come through here and
Rich neighborhood.
Look at
A
this.
rich
What is the
neighborhood.
advice that you have?
The Palisades fire started at a home at 1190 North Piedra.
Guys, I wanted to, this is the video that's going to show you, talk about where the fire started, like where the fire started and all that good stuff right there.
The Palisades fire
Listen
started
up.
at a home at 1190 North Piedra Morada Drive on January 7, 2025 at 10:30 a.m. At this home in the Pacific Palisades area of Los Angeles, with winds reaching at least 40 miles per hour, the fire spread across the area and destroyed approximately 17,234 acres. The fire forced thousands of people to evacuate and caused severe damage to many homes and infrastructure.
Oh my God.
The Palisades fire started at a home at 1190 North Piedra Morada Drive on January 7, 2025 at 10:30 a.m. At this home in the Pacific Palisades area of Los Angeles, with winds reaching at least 40 miles per hour, the fire spread across the area and destroyed approximately 17,234 acres. The fire forced thousands of people to evacuate and caused severe damage to many homes and infrastructure.
That's where the fire started. That one house.
Again, the Palisades and the Eden fire, those are those really big ones that we're keeping an eye on.
Only
the
hours ago,
Palisades
guys.
fire has grown
Death
to
count
about
about
20,000 acres.
That home is burning as we speak.
An actor, Steve Guttenberg, who lives near the Pacific Palisades fire and jumped into...
Pacific Palisades fire. Was it intentional? Suspect in custody, 10 dead, 150 billion in damage. Los Angeles is reeling after the Pacific.
They say this is 5 hours ago, but this is longer than that. Look how it was outside.
My aunt is missing.
For a lot of people.
There's the water pressure right there. And there's thousands of those leaks.
You know, I mean,
Think about that, all those leaks
lost.
that's
Not
going
just
on in
this
the
community.
house.
The community next door, I'm sure all the people up there have lost everything. It's just pretty devastating. This is pretty devastating. I don't think LA's seen anything like this before. Not even the earthquake. Don't know. I'm gonna go sit and watch the news all day. Yeah. Have
What
a beer.
can you do?
How much would you say that you've lost? Everything. I got my car, whatever's in my car. So, don't know.
Look at this.
Let's see what this is.
This whole neighborhood.
Yeah, this is what we were. Yeah, we knew this was here, and this is.
They don't have pressure now, so now that's how they're putting out waters. With cones, look. They're putting out small fires now. Is that going to get the job done? I mean, you do what you can do. Okay?
It means a lot
that...
Why aren't firefighters using ocean water to fight the wildfires in LA? Let me explain. Even though some fire hydrants
Here it
are
is right
running
here.
dry, using ocean water is not ideal for several reasons. First, salt water is corrosive. It damages hoses, tanks, and pumps, making equipment costly to maintain and shortening its lifespan. Second, the high salt content harms the environment. potentially leaving the landscape barren for years to come. Third, transporting ocean water inland is a logistical challenge. The infrastructure needed to pump and distribute it on a large scale is expensive and energy intensive. For now, firefighters rely on urban water systems, even as they struggle to keep up. The solution isn't as simple as using the ocean. It's a complex battle against nature and logistics.
And that's why they can't use the ocean water, guys. For all those who's curious, like, why can't they? That's why, okay? Guys, I need you guys to give the video a thumbs up to help with the exposure so we can get the video out there a little bit more.
I know I'm not supposed to be here.
Trying to just cover the best we can, up-to-date news. I understand it's pretty crazy out there. As you can see, here's our artist.
But this is
He saved his art.
like a hurricane in the middle of a brush fire.
Look at that.
You've got people right there.
And it's going to be similar like that tonight, guys. Similar like that tonight.
Sir, you took it upon yourself to just take a stand here with your friends and really make a stand and stop these homes from burning. Tell me about it.
Just trying to do what I can. Exhausted.
Jimmy.
One day ago, guys. That's what it looked like.